You've seen it, right? All over social media. These videos promising a passive income empire built in like an hour with AI and supposedly making thousands of dollars a month. It's a really compelling story. But is that all it is? A story? Today, we're going to separate the hype from the reality of AI dropshipping. I mean, just look at this. This is one of the wildest claims out there. 600 grand in a month. You hear about people making hundreds of dollars a day from a little side hustle, and it's all supposedly automated by AI. It sounds way too good to be true, kind of like you're just printing money from your laptop. And that's the real question, isn't it? Can a total beginner with no experience actually use these AI tools to build a profitable store from scratch? Well, we decided to put it to the test. Let's see what really happens. Now, to make this a real test, we had to set some pretty strict rules. We're not just building a store here. We're seeing if that whole AI promise can actually hold up under some serious pressure. Okay, here are the rules of the game. First, the total cost to set up the store had to be less than a single dollar. Yeah, $1. Second, the whole thing had to be done from just a laptop, no fancy office or equipment. And third, the entire build, from the initial idea to the final launch, had to be done in under 60 minutes. The clock was officially ticking. So, how did the build actually go? Let's break down that super intense hour and see exactly how AI was used to just blast through every single part of the process, from picking what to sell all the way to launching the website. Honestly, the whole thing happened crazy fast. In the first 15 minutes, we used an AI tool to pick the sports and fitness niche. Done. The next 15 minutes were spent setting up a free Shopify trial. Then came the key part, finding products with a tool called AutoDS. And get this, the trial for it cost just 99 cents. In that final 15-minute stretch, the AI populated the store with products, we snagged a free domain, and boom, it was ready to go. And there it is, 99 cents. That was the grand total to get a fully functional, AI-built e-commerce store up and running. Rule number 1 of the challenge. Check, we nailed it. So what exactly did the AI decide were these so-called winning products? Well, it picked a breathing trainer for improving athletic performance, some golf club bag clips, classic resistance bands, and a warm jogging hat. You know, it's a pretty interesting, if kind of random mix for a brand new fitness store. You know, even the domain name was a strategic little move. Instead of a generic .com, we went with a free .store domain. And why does that matter? Well, apparently, research suggests that these domains immediately tell visitors, hey, this is a shopping site, and that can actually boost traffic by a ton. It's a small detail, but a pretty clever one. Okay, so a store is built. That's great. But a store is totally useless without customers, right? With the build finished, it was time for the most important part of this whole thing, the marketing test. We had to drive some traffic and hopefully make some actual sales. Now, the strategy here wasn't to blow a ton of cash on some huge celebrity influencer. No, the focus was on micro-influencers. And the data here really shows you why. They can have up to 60% higher engagement and a 20% higher conversion rate. They've got smaller audiences, sure, but those audiences are way more dedicated and actually trust their recommendations. So here's the exact plan we put into action. We hired an influencer duo, the Gray Brothers, for $50. They've got about 14,500 followers on Instagram, and we asked them to promote just one product, that breathing trainer, in their stories. It was a super targeted, really low-cost bet. All right, the store was built in under an hour. The marketing campaign was launched. After 24 hours, it was time for the moment of truth. Let's dig into the numbers and see if this whole experiment actually made any money. And here we go, the first big number, 10. In the first 24 hours after that influencer post went live, the store made 10 actual genuine sales. I mean, real people saw the ad, clicked the link, and spent their own money. So what did those 10 sales add up to? $170.85 in total revenue. Now, on the surface, that looks amazing, right? A fantastic return on a 99-cent store and a $50 ad. But of course, revenue is not profit. Not even close. To figure out if this was really a success, we have to subtract every single expense. The cost of the product, the shipping, the marketing. This is the part where a lot of those online success stories get a little vague. So let's get transparent. Here's the full cost breakdown. The actual product and shipping for those 10 sales came to $39.50. Add in the $50 for the influencer and a $1 Shopify fee,
and the total costs hit $90.50.
And after you subtract all those costs from the revenue, the final actual profit was $80.35. And just to be crystal clear, that $80.35 is pure profit. That's the real money left over after every single bill was paid. It's definitely not $600,000, but it is a genuine positive return from a 1-hour build and a tiny, tiny budget. So this brings us to the big question at the end of all this. Is an $80 profit just a small, lucky win? Or is it actually proof that this model works? That with a little more time, a bit more of a marketing budget, could you actually scale this into one of those passive income empires everyone talks about? That's the question we'll leave you with.